Hello, this is Dave, and welcome to Equity Story. And I don't know why I'm so big. There you go. I don't want my head to be too big, do I? It's big enough. And obviously, just a general share advice, not personal advice. And please read the disclaimer on the website. Um, so it's all about tonight. Those job numbers coming out of America. Uh, it's so weird, isn't it? We're hoping for bad news. What does bad news means? Bad news means those interest rate rises that the Fed have done are starting to work and the market's starting to slow down. If we get good news that the job numbers are really low, well, watch out. Maybe the market could have a little bit of a sell-off. Now, the futures are down at the moment, and I think the general feeling is those job numbers will still be strong. So I'd be wary if I was going to look to put a trend on and buy a few stories today. I think I'll be waiting till Monday morning and just get those job numbers over, done and dusted, and then I can decide exactly if I was going to sort of make a trade or not. Um, and again, it's so interesting, isn't it? In our market, the RBA just taking their foot off the pedal a little bit. I was really interested reading, and this might resonate with a lot of you actually who are listening to this. I was listening to this economist, very clever guy, and what he's saying he thinks the RBA and the Fed, a lot of these um, sort of financial institutions that run governments around the world, what they're sort of failing to understand. We've been so locked up for so long. Um, People are desperate to go out, they're desperate to spend money, and that is why it's tricky at the moment, it's pulling this market back. And you know what? When I think about it, I've got all these friends. They're all saying, "Oh, we're going off to Europe for 2 months. We're going off for 3 months. We're going off on a living in a caravan for 6 months. We're going to travel the world." Everybody has been over it, I think, for the last 2 or 3 years. And it's a really interesting point that if that is true, you can just see how much harder it is going to be for the RBA and the Fed to slow this spending down and to stop people spending. And you know what? If we do have a little bit of a rally up over next week, it's just that. It's only that. It's a little bear market rally. The long-term picture, unfortunately, isn't that good. So um, we will see, but there are little pockets. The always pockets are doing well, and I'm going to show you the trends. That's why we follow the stories going up, the ones that are hopefully going to make us money. We look for the momentum, and what I might do, just to show you, look at Einstein's actually over the last few weeks. So Einstein's are really 4 or 5 week ideas, trends, just following general momentum. Um, and last week we had a little buy signal on EVZ. Hasn't really gone up, but I still like the chart. If you're in it, you'd be 100% holding it. Little IKE is just starting to go. Nice little breakout. Looks even better now. If you're in that, you'd definitely be holding it. ALY is in a trading halt. I should think capital raise or whatever, but you know what? Up 26%. Absolutely great move up. Superb. New looking very nice, up slightly, and if you're in that, you'd be holding the trend. IPH had a nice little move, didn't it? Look, what a perfect little trend that was. 9.50 to $10. Bit of resistance there, and what happens? Traders sell off, and hopefully that was some of our equity story. Cincinnati traders making some money out of it. IOD, again, a lovely little move up. Was a nice little 10%. We had another big winner. It was CY5. I think that was up another, what's that, 20, 30%, something like that. GAL, again, had a fantastic move. What a bounce this story had early in the week. Sort of opened at 130. What's that, 15% move? MHJ holding up very well. And our interesting little Hostock. Thank you, Andrew Page. And hopefully he'll be again with me soon. I've got Claude with me today at 12 o'clock, so don't miss it. And hopefully I'll get Andrew Page next week as well. And then the previous week we had ATL, which again had a 2 weeks ago had a lovely move. Those last two candles, New Hope and Whitehaven just going crazy, absolutely superb. Um, these ones really FSA not doing too much. AHC, you just be holding in there. KSC, real little microcaps really. But I think the general trend is still looking okay. Ash just holding that trend line. I think maybe a buy around here. A BDM, another little hot stock, again, exciting little story. Very lightly traded, but just have that long-term view. I think it could be a great story in MTC. Just again had a little bit move up and still looking okay. So again, in a tough market, Einstein's really doing extraordinary things, and so it should. I mean, we did have a fairly good bounce this week, and one would expect when you're having a bounce, the trending stocks should do reasonably well. Um, I think we should talk about this story. Um, we like trending stocks, and we like stocks that possibly is it could get when you're looking at the market's often, especially medium to short term, it's about fear and greed, and you can see these biotechs can sometimes have a real run, and often that's on that real greed, the idea that this company could potentially one day make absolute millions. But it is interesting because they've got a osteoarthritis product, and they had very, very strong results recently. I won't sort of get into them because I don't really understand them, but if you just read the headlines, the results were absolutely excellent, yeah. And what they found is that there's about 303 million cases of osteoarthritis in the world. That's a lot of people. Now, they believe from their research with their product that people in America will pay somewhere between US $2,000 to $3,000 for their treatment. So if you do the numbers, even if they got 500,000 people or 250,000 people, the potential scale up of this osteoarthritis product is absolutely huge, and that's why we had this massive run up at the moment. So, um, you know what? We're above trend at the moment, and I think I'm going to look at this on Monday morning, and if it's still looking like this, it could well be worth a buy. I mean, yes, maybe a bit of resistance at 2, but if it's looking like that by the end of trade today, um, and the potential story behind PAR, I think it could be well worth having a look at for those. I mean, you've got to have a stop loss on everything. You could have a nice little stop loss, maybe just under 160, or maybe you could go 138, because potentially the upside, even though the market cap is high, the potential is still the upside is still very, very strong. So I'll just let you know what the market cap is at the moment. It's 539 million. But like I said, I mean, just do the numbers, and you can see this one possibly going a lot higher, right? If they keep getting continually good, strong results. So one for the watch list, and possibly one for a trade. Um, we didn't have much news out today. We had SMR that have got the remaining 20% of the Mitsui project. So well done, and that stock looks good. That chart looks good. Um, there's one as well. Maybe the right sector, coal, buy signal, holding the trend line. That's what we're here for. That's what we love. So, but maybe I most probably just wait till Monday morning. But certainly, what an absolutely superb looking chart. And Sheffield SFX, good price action, and they came actually. I'll try and show you this. They had let me get this up here. Oh, come on, Dave. Everyone's waiting for you. Here we go. Final investment decision. Bring this across. So they had their final investment decision with their Thunderbird Mineral Sands project. Those numbers look reasonably good, And I think the important thing, I was earlier today, I was looking at the sort of price of zircon, and it's around that 2,500. They put a long-term price at US 1,500. It was sort of around there 2 years ago, but the general sort of feeling with zircon is that the prices are going to be higher. I think you could argue, it's a little bit of a risk in those long-term price forecasts they put on their assumptions, but it doesn't look too bad at the moment. It's up. I mean, I think that's the issue with me. Maybe you just got to be a little bit careful how accurate those long-term zircon prices are, and if they are going to hold up to higher levels from where they've been before. I think at the moment they're around 2,500. You'd feel more comfortable, wouldn't you, if they'd lowered those a little bit more. But anyway, good luck to them. Would I be buying this? I don't think so. I think there's better stories out there to buy. Um, yeah, it could trend up a little bit more, maybe go up a little bit more next week. But I think we've got better stories, and I think you'll see them on Einstein's on the weekend to trend rather than this one. Although there's a good chance that this could be on Einstein's actually. Um, I think that's all I've got to say. I was looking for a really interesting trend today. I think we just got to wait. I do like that PAR. The potential in the story is very, very, very interesting. But I think we just need to see where it ends the day, and maybe we can have a look at it on Monday morning. And apart from that, yeah, good to see these Woodside going on with it, and that little KAR. It's got a long way to go for our target price at 245, but good to see it's up 4% and not looking too bad at all. So um, on that note, thank you for listening to Equity Story. Watch out for Einstein's on the weekend, and join me today at 12 o'clock because I am with the one and only, absolutely amazing Claude Walker. What a guy that guy is. So any questions you've got, fundamentals on any of your stocks, this guy knows it all, and he's a great analyst. On that note, thank you for listening to Equity Story, and have a good weekend. Bye bye.